Hey guys, it's Joe. It's Saturday, the 29th of January, and I thought it's about time that I give you guys a brief update on my indoor tropicals. So let's start with my papayas that I grew from seed at least around 2 years ago, I'd say. And they're around 4 foot tall, doing really, really well. Nice green leaves, as you can see. Now I feed these with a liquid seaweed fertilizer every, let's say, 2 to 3 weeks, and it keeps the leaves nice and green. So that's my papayas there, doing really well. We've got another one over here. So these are going to be repotted in the springtime, and that'll help them to grow even taller and hopefully have a nice thicker trunk. I mean, the trunks are quite thick already. I mean, I'm really impressed. I'm pretty impressed that I've kept them alive for the last 2 years. But yeah, in the springtime, I'll repot them and I'll put them outside into the garden. It's getting dark out there, guys. Evening time. So that's the tropical papayas. Now we'll go to my lemon guava tree. And this is pretty tall here, guys. This is at least 7 foot tall. I mean, I've got to really reach up to there. But as you can see, we've lost quite a bit of leaves here. And that's due to, we had I think it's the mealybugs. I had a mealybug issue, which I've dealt with. I sprayed the tree down with some liquid, with some neem oil soapy water solution. And that's pretty much done the trick in getting rid of that. But as you can see, the leaves are nice and healthy. And in the springtime, all these leaves will begin to grow back. It will have some new shoots and so forth. But I'm actually thinking of, not grafting, air layering. I'm actually thinking of air layering some of these branches here, and we'll get a couple of new trees from them. Let's go around to show you the fruit. We've had a number of fruit over the last few weeks. Absolutely delicious, really sweet and delicious fruit here, and quite zesty like lemon, and really sweet. And pretty large there, as you can see. So that's my lemon guava. We go down to the trunk. We've got some more fruit here, dotted around the tree. Some fruit over here, which is actually a sign of mealybug here, and we'll get rid of that. And we've got a nice thick trunk here. A couple of trunks coming up from the main one. And lovely bark, smooth bark here, but it peels off. Absolutely gorgeous. So that's my lemon guava in a nice large pot here, as you can see. And doing really well indoors. Now I've actually got one planted outside from one of the seeds that I had from this tree was it last year or the year before? I think it was the year before. And that one outside is doing really well, even in temperatures down to -3 degrees. So there's hope for growing this tree outside in London, UK. So that's the lemon guava. Now we'll go down to my, this is my white tropical guava. And I grew this one from seed several years ago. I think it's actually the Egyptian guava. But yeah, doing really well. I gave it a prune before I brought this inside. I think that was late autumn. And as you can see, we've got some new growth here, new shoots popping up here and over here. So doing really well. And I also feed this with a liquid seaweed fertilizer. So these are like the old leaves. They'll probably come off. We're going to have a lot of new shoots, as you can see here. And we'll go down to the trunk. Beautiful peeling bark here. I actually peeled off a lot of the bark, and now it's really smooth and doing really well. We've got a lot of shoots that pop up over here, which I sort of, pinch off, as I don't really want a bushy tree. I want it to be more tree shaped, as you can see. Let's just turn it around. Oops. That's doing really well there. Nice and green. Very healthy tree. So that's the white tropical guava there. Now we'll move over to my starfruit tree. This is around, I'd say this is around 5 foot, 5'8", 5'9" tall here. Really, really healthy, as you can see. Let me just put this light, shine a light onto that tree so you guys can see it better. Very, very healthy. I did give it a heavy prune back. I think that was last year. That was the main, because it was just a long trunk there. One long sort of lanky stem. So I cut that back, and then we've got two, as you can see, and that's actually quite thick. Two stems coming up there. Nice healthy tree. You can see some new shoots here growing on my starfruit tree. Hopefully at some point this will fruit for me. So yeah, every now and again it gets attacked by spider mites, and again I use my neem oil soapy water solution to give it a good spray down, and that deals with the issue. So there you go, guys. Beautiful tree. That's my starfruit tree. Now we'll go to my Sapodilla. Now this is very, very slow growing here. You can see, nice and healthy though, green leaves. Quite sparse though, not very bushy plant. And I've actually repotted it. The soil's quite dry. I don't want to overwater this during the winter months. But that's my Sapodilla, or Chico sapote. Fruit's absolutely delicious. I mean, we can get fruit from our local grocery stores, Asian grocery stores, and the fruit's absolutely delicious. Basically, it tastes like a brown sugar, a pear with brown sugar. Absolutely sweet and delicious. So that's the Sapodilla. Now we'll move over to, try and get past this jungle here. This is a pink guava, and these are doing really well. Now, I did have a bit of sooty mold. This was from being outside, but I've brought it inside and sprayed it down with neem oil solution, and it's doing really well. And we can see here, if you guys can see, let's just focus in there a bit. Try and focus. There's some new shoots coming up there. So I've pruned this back, so that's just two shoots. And that's my pink guava. And then we've got another one. I can get through this indoor jungle. This one's doing a lot better. Really, really healthy pink guava. So all these trees I grew from seed and doing really well. And then we've got lychee here. I'm not really happy with this lychee. I grew this one from seed. But I mean, as you can see, it looks all scraggly and not very healthy and doesn't really do much. So not too sure what I'm going to do with that one. But there you go, guys. That's my indoor tropicals. Most of them doing pretty well. And let's just stand back a bit so you can see. And there you go. Guys, I hope you've liked this video. If you have, please subscribe. If you haven't subscribed already. And give me a thumbs up. Happy gardening, guys.